Hello, Civic Education students. Let's continue looking at substance abuse. Drugs. So a drug is any substance which changes the chemistry of the body and affects the natural balance of the mind and the emotions. Drugs can either be natural or synthetic chemicals. Okay? Natural drugs are those found in certain plants such as caffeine in coffee, tetrahydrocannabinol which is found in cannabis, and nicotine which is found in tobacco. Synthetic drugs are manufactured drugs such as Panadol and aspirin. Now, let's look at cannabis. Cannabis, this is the hard brown material or herbal mixture that comes from a cannabis plant, and it is an illegal plant in Zambia. So it is locally known as what? This is Bemba Ichamba or Chamba. Okay? Or Chamba. Thus, cannabis is in 3 forms. You must know these 3 forms, my friends. Number 1, marijuana. Number 2, hashishi. Number 3, hashishi oil. Are we together? Very good. Marijuana, this comes from the dried leaves, flowers, or stems of the cannabis plant. It has a concentration of delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol of about 0 to 12%. Okay? So this is the chemical substance which is found in this is the chemical substance which is found in cannabis. Are we together? Hashishi. Hashishi, this is made from the stick of a plant. It contains 12 to 18% of THC, delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Then we have hashishi oil. This is made from compressing hashish to produce oil using solvent. Okay? Concentration of tetrahydrocannabinol, delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol is about 18 to 25%, and it is more potent than the rest. Okay? That is, these are the forms of cannabis. Now, what are the effects of cannabis? Check. Number 1, it makes the user feel exhausted. Number 2, it makes one have high appetite for food. 3, it affects the memory, concentration, and coordination. Number 4, it affects the reproductive system by reducing the sperm count in males and irregular menstrual cycles in females. Number 5, it causes cancer. Number 6, it makes the user paranoid and anxious. Okay? And anxious. Now, last but not the least, it makes the user to be talkative. This is cannabis. Let's look at heroin. Heroin is a brown or white speckled powder made from juice extract from an unripe capsule of opium pop plants. Heroin is formed through a chemical process of modifying morphine known as acetylation. Okay? This is the process of what? Modifying morphine to make what? Heroin. Acetylation. Are we together? Morphine is used to ease severe pain. However, it is very dangerous when not used properly. Heroin is taken mainly by smoking, sniffing, injecting into the veins. Okay? The street names for heroin are brown sugar, smack, skag, or horse. What are the effects of heroin? It causes death due to overdose, irregular menstrual cycles in women, or menstrual periods in women. It causes mood swings. It damages the heart and the kidneys. It causes depression, loss of appetite, distorts the understanding of things. It also disturbs the pattern of nerve activity. Okay? Cocaine. Let's look at cocaine. Cocaine is a white powder. It's a white powder made from the leaves of a coca plant. The leaves of coca plant, when chewed, can relieve fatigue and hunger. Cocaine can be smoked or injected in the blood. It can also be orally taken by mixing with a liquid or in a capsule form. Coca-Cola is said to have contained the very small amount of cocaine before it was removed in 1903. The street names for cocaine are Coke, Charlie, Snow Lady, and Dust. Cocaine. Remember, not looking at caffeine, you're looking at what? Cocaine. Effects of cocaine: dry mouth, sweating, severe weight loss, indigestion, exhaustion, and lack of sleep, which is insomnia. Transmission of HIV/AIDS through the sharing of needles. Death due to overdose. Ulceration of the nasal passage or sores in the nasal passages. Irregular menstrual cycles in women. Heart and blood circulation problems. Over alertness and elevation of mood. Are we together? All right. So we've looked at cocaine, heroin, and cannabis. Now let's look at the reasons for substance abuse. Why do people abuse these drugs? Number one, curiosity. Curiosity is a situation where one wants to test and experience how it feels. This is done by young people who are keen to be adventurous and experiment things for themselves. Are we together? They want to test what it feels like. Okay? Number two, peer pressure. Peer pressure also causes substance abuse. Some young people end up using substances because they want to do what their friends are doing. Okay? Ignorance. Some people take substances because they are not aware of the effects of it. Okay? They are not aware of the effect. So it may be too late when they realize it. Damage would have been done, and it's worse, because by the time you realize, you may be addicted. Stress. Sometimes people take substances because of stress, and they feel that drugs can console them. Stress can result from death of loved ones, divorce, and failure of an examination. Okay? Another cause of substance abuse: availability of substances. substances are readily available at the market. Substances such as solvents like glue, Tipex, and methylated spirit. Okay? Also, alcoholic beverages are sold on the market, easily accessible. Alienation. When a person feels isolated, fights to find a group to belong to, especially those who are also isolated. Such a person may likely to be in a group where substances are being what? Abused. Street kids and teenagers are good examples. Unemployment can also cause people to abuse substances. Many young people are unable to find jobs despite being qualified. Such people resort to substances. This is what I call, allow me to use Nyanja. This is what I call Gosowanzeru. Because you shouldn't just go to school for the sake of being what? You just want to be employed. Sometimes you can use the knowledge you've acquired to come up with your own business. Okay? No wonder I advise students that when you are still at school, start thinking outside the box, not working for someone. Start asking yourself, what am I going to get apart from being employed? If I'm not employed, then what? What next? Okay? You should start thinking entrepreneurship way. Okay? Always. Or else, you may also resort to substances. Okay? Lack of recreation facilities or activities. Many people have nowhere to spend their leisure time due to lack of recreation facilities. Substance abuse becomes leisure to them. Okay? Enhancement of self-confidence and performance. Some people believe that taking certain drugs may help them improve their self-confidence and performance in sports, sexual intercourse, examination, and other activities. Okay? So these are some of the reasons why for substance abuse. Okay, for abusing substance. Now, what are signs and symptoms of substance abuse? Number 1, sudden change in personality. Okay? Unusual mood swing, decline in school performance, spending more time away from home than in school, theft and overborrowing of money, heavy use of perfumes to disguise the smell of substance, loss of appetite, wearing of sunglasses to disguise one's appearance, possession of certain materials such as straws, pill boxes, needles, glass bottles. Okay? Now, how to avoid substances substance abuse? Number 1, say no thank you when somebody gives you a substance or a drug. Okay? Give a reason or excuse. Change the subject. Walk away. Avoid the situation where substances avoid situations where substances are abused, or places where substances are abused. Associate with non-users of substances. Keep oneself busy. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. Okay? Now, dependence on substances. When someone entirely depends on substances, the situation is called addiction or dependence. Okay? Substance dependence can either take physical or psychological form. Physical dependence is when one tries to withdraw using a substance but faces physical effects such as a shaking and poor coordination. Now, psychological effects is where one experiences anxiety and depression due to withdrawal of abused substance. Some substance users may only feel the effect when they take larger doses of the substance. These users have reached the drug tolerance levels. Discuss impact of substance abuse on individuals, community, national and international levels. Now, you should know the impact of substance abuse on society. Number one, individual level. An abuser of the substance is likely to have healthy problems resulting from the effects of the what? Substance. Okay? Owing to poor health, the victims may affect it may affect the victims' working and studying culture. Okay? Okay? Now, the victim may not have support from his or her loved ones. Due to overdependence, the abuser may be speeding a lot on substances. Family level. Substance abusers may tend to ignore their families as they only care about having the substance. As a result, they tend to have a lot of credit and stealing from their families and friends. Hence, their families are affected. This teaches young ones in the family to start abusing themselves also. Okay? Community and national level. Some substance abusers end up committing crimes like murder, robbery, to acquire money for substance. So others may be involved in prostitution and drug trafficking. This is at the community and the national level. Illegal activities have a negative effect on the community and the nation at large. The spread of HIV and AIDS is likely to be very high among substance abusers due to the risk of behavior such as unprotected sex and sharing of needles. The abuser, when sick, all nation and community is affected. Okay, it causes accidents and the violent behavior such as GBV, gender-based violence. International level. Drug trafficking is a major international problem. It refers to the manufacturing and selling of illegal drugs. Money laundering is common in drug trafficking. For example, some drug traffickers may use money obtained illegally to destabilize governments through corruption, violence, and buying notes. Okay, money laundering affects the community, in fact, the economy at large. It affects the economy of the nation by causing inflation. Therefore, the substance abuse has negatively affected societies at a global level due to drug trafficking and money laundering. Okay? Now, in the next lesson, we are going to look at institutions that involve in the fight of substance abuse, as well as measures you can take to take control and the role of the community. Are we together? Then we'll be done. We'll go to the next grade 12 topic. Thank you so much.